Hi, good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to this 9th edition of Regal Live Series. It's a platform where we discuss the practical nuances of practicing as a professional coach. We are targeting practicing coaches who wants to up their game, improve the impact or the effectiveness, and also being commercially successful. There's no point in we do all that unless we are truly, making a good business out of it. So today, the topic, I'm skipping the usual intro. PK needs no introduction. I'm hoping that I also don't need an introduction. We have chosen a topic as practicing coaches. How do we keep up our coaching skills? So a couple of initial thoughts before I bring in PK. An existential question as we wrap up the year 2023, very eventful year, and 2024 looks set to be a challenging year on multiple fronts. Doesn't look to be an easy year. So all leaders across platforms, across streams, across areas of operation, not just political leaders, perhaps some new challenges. So coaching becomes a lot more important because coaching is integral to professional leadership. So the existential question that I reflect on is at this point is, why are we here in the first place, right? What brings us here? At a deeper level, it is my answer or my perspective or my point of view is, we are here to learn and grow. Yeah, we are here to learn and grow for sure. And as professional coaches, we facilitate our clients to learn and grow. Because that's why the definition says maximizing potential, personal and professional. So there's a lot of focus on learning. There's a lot of focus on growing. There's a lot of focus on awareness and of course action. Yeah. So if we are going to partner with our coaching clients to help them learn, grow, create new awareness, take actions, and move ahead, we also have a responsibility to keep learning and growing, because we can only give what we have. Yeah, and that's pretty much true for everything in life, including coaching. So there is an urgent need for us to stay focused on learning and growing. And it's just not about skills. Skills are one part of it. Time permitting, we'll briefly touch what is beyond skills. But as a professional coach, upskilling, that sharpening the saw of coaching, enhancing your coaching presence, and all the 8 parameters going deeper are integral to growing as a coach. So, question to you, PK. Thanks for joining for this LinkedIn Live. What does upskilling mean to you as a professional coach for the last 10 years? And how do you do? 2 questions. How do you do the upskilling on an ongoing basis? Over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Subash. I'm glad to be here. See, as a practicing coach, as a full-time practicing coach, as a CEO coach, I'm entering my year 12 come this January. If I look back, one of the key things that always stood out for me is striving to be the best coach that I can be all the time, for serving my clients better, in the service of clients. For that, it is extremely important for us to keep up with our skills as a coach. Coaching is said to be both an art and science, and even in our practice, we can realize that. So the art of it has been evolving beautifully for me, and I have been serving the same set of people, the focused set of people all along, and I have been in love with them over the period and have become a devotee of this segment. So I can see and feel the art aspect of coaching evolving quite well for me. Coming to the science part, that's what you also briefly touched upon. What I think important is the need to keep it always refreshed and up to speed. And even CC2, I think, mandates it in a way. So during the period that I have been a coach, I also saw coaching competencies or the core competencies getting refreshed with 8 of them replacing the 11 that existed earlier. So I think keeping up the coaching skills is a significant part of being the best coach that I can be. Yeah. And it is a significant challenge for most of us, the practicing coaches, because over the period, we tend to stray away from the core competencies in its true form, in its pure form. And this might be impacting the sessions that we are having,
Yes.
without us knowing, actually. It can be impacting our sessions in an adverse way. And that is the challenge that we all run as practicing coaches. Now you asked, how do I keep up?
Correct.
So I have few ways and means of, getting on top of it, that striving to be the best coach that I can be. And one is participating in discussions around core competencies, coaching related topics, CC webinars. In every year, all these 11 years, of which 10 years after ACC certification, always I have been at least 3 times the CCUs that I need for renewal. So that will, in a way, reflect how many webinars and how many core competency, seminars and webinars and things that I attend. That helps, though conceptually it helps. The readings, CC, the second is reading the core competencies frequently, refreshing the markers. So I have something like this, so these are laminated core competency sheets, which is on the table. So every now and then I go through them, refresh them, read them again and again. And third is to progress in our certification. Subash, I think ACC is the first step. But I think if we are on the journey to become PCC in few years' time and MCC in few years' time, I think that also keeps us updated on the core competencies and the coaching skills and, to be in touch, to re-anchor. And fourth is reflecting on the sessions after the session, checking oneself, where we were on the slippery slope. And those reflections done then and there is of a great value. And the fifth is the Coaching Unlimited that we started, Subash, you will remember, because I was like a fish out of water after 10 years, or 9 years of my practice, that in spite of doing all this, still I was lacking that, or I was feeling a kind of lacking the core competency kind of grip in every session that I do. So that is where we conceptualized the Coaching Unlimited maybe a year and a half ago, maybe a couple of years ago. So attending those kinds of programs, which is focused on refreshing and re-anchoring core competencies in a practical way. So I think these steps have definitely helped me to be on top of my game.
Thank you, P.K. So, what I'm picking up is not mindless chasing certifications for sure, because you didn't mention that at all. So that's something that I want to highlight for the benefit of the viewers. At the same time, going through the competencies, having it as a ready reckoner on the table and reflecting. Frankly, every word, every full stop and comma there is so deep. Sometimes on a lighter note, I say, sometimes even ICF does not understand the depth of some of the things there. Just like, we quote Sir John Whitmore, coaching is bigger than coaching. So it is still open for our own interpretation. So staying curious about the possibilities of the framework, just to rephrase what PK said, at the same time, continue the journey. I like what you said, ACC to PCC, PCC to MCC. You have no escape but to deepen for sure, deepen the skill. And of course, finally, the fifth one that you said about Coaching Unlimited. So what are the risks of, you said, we might go off track. Apart from that, what are the risks of not staying committed to, that learning, that deep learning? Because, what I've seen is people are still chasing CCUs and certifications, and, just enough for the renewal. Now, for the benefit of those listeners who don't know what is CCU, these are those coaching education units that you need to renew your credentials, ICF credentials, every 3 years, because the ICF credential is valid for 3 years. So what are the pitfalls of not doing it right, PK?
See, I think there are two aspects to this, Subash. The learning as a coach has to happen. In my experience, I have had deep investment in learning in two aspects, two channels. One channel is what we explained or what we discussed. As a coach, how I can be the best coach that I can be in terms of skills, in terms of sheer competency. Yeah. Alongside, we also need to build our capability. One is competency, technical. Yeah, it is more of technical, and it is combined with our own interpretation, which is the art. Second is sheer capability. Capability in terms of running a successful business. I need to be capable as a communicator, as a marketer, as a salesperson, right? As a person who can run a commercial establishment. A coaching practice is a commercial establishment.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not charity. So we need to be capable of doing all that. And then my strong point, or which I advocate and I encourage all coaches to identify their positioning and become the person to go to for a particular segment. So you do coaching for a segment, not for the entire 750 crore people in the world. So that also makes you to learn that domain well. So for me, learning has been one on the coaching competencies and sharpening the competency. And second is to develop, enhance my capability as a business coach, a coach running a business, and as a business coach, because business coaching is my domain. So yes. I also learn what's happening in the environment, what a CEO is facing, what is that a CEO's life looks like in the current circumstances, and what are the things that are happening. As much as a CEO goes through, I am also going through. As much as a CEO will go through, the publications from Forbes and Fortunes and the media and the Harvards of the world, as much as that I also go through. So that is the domain part of learning, and we already discussed the coach part of learning. So a lot of learning that we need to invest ourselves upon.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the right question to ask. I mean, I'll allow you to let it go also. If you have to just throw up a percentage of time that we should invest in these two as a professional coach, how would that be? I'm just curious myself.
I average around 3 to 4 hours a day.
Yeah, for pure learning. Yes.
So pure learning, I must be averaging 3 to 4 hours a day.
So that's the importance of the need to learn, because there's so much to still explore, and we are still in the realm of skill. We're still in the realm of the competency. We're not even gone, deepening presence beyond the competency 5, or coaching mindset beyond competency number 2. Yeah. In any anything that you picked up. I mean, I'm coming specifically to Coaching Unlimited. Now, for the benefit of viewers who are not familiar with Coaching Unlimited, a random conversation between PK and I triggered this thought. It developed into an idea. There's nothing like that in this part of the world. So, we teamed up and we launched the first edition. Then we roped in John Sarao, MCC, also into this. So 3 of us are doing this together in a way that we don't have a standard to look at. We are running this for last couple of years now. So, PK, a quick sharing as to what specifically can you take away from a program like Coaching Unlimited?
See, absolutely, you said it, because there is nothing of that sort. Though attending the webinars, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hours, all those things are happening a lot. There is value in it, conceptually and theory based. Still, they are. And reading this, which is on the table, also is in a way, it's a theory, and in a way, it is conceptual. Yeah.
Sure.
And what we face in the real life is practical. Right? So we need to apply them in practice. That is what Coaching Unlimited actually gave me in the first edition, and that is what I was looking for. How to re-anchor, how to refresh, how to recenter ourselves around core competencies as we practice. And now we know how it has beautifully evolved over the last 4-5 editions. And that is on the competency part. So on the capability part, we also do the business of doing coaching, and how to conduct a chemistry session, how to improve our odds of conversions. Getting a lead is a tussle, it's a challenge. After getting the lead, conversion is another one, and none of us are professionally trained to do any of that.
Very true.
So where do we learn from? Who is teaching how to convert a coaching assignment, I'm saying, or how to generate leads for coaching? So all these are capability related learnings. So I think Coaching Unlimited has evolved well. I'm pretty happy about it. I'm very fortunate to participate in it, in all its editions, and running it. And John, another aspect I need to talk about John. Last year, or this year rather, year is not still over. John was running a core competency, monthly sessions for ICF Bengaluru chapter. It was so practical oriented, practice oriented. It was, I think any of the listeners, if you can lay your hands on the recordings, if they are, I think it is not recorded because I'm not sure, because there were deep conversations in the real life cases and all that. Privacy was involved. So it was beautiful. This is what happens when practicing coaches run, especially mentor coaches like you and John, etc., have been mentor coaches for years. So that is the invaluable input that even I got when I participated in Coaching Unlimited. Practically how to apply these core competencies and what it means in practice. That interpretation is not, it is not available that much in public domain. Yeah.
And we also bring in the nuances of our day-to-day challenges in practicing as a coach. How, some of the ethical issues that come up, how do we handle? And of course, the business side. Now, John has been running this webinars on the competency framework. And I think I was looking for something else. I don't think those are recorded. None of the recordings I could find yesterday. I was looking for something else. And another factor that I need to share also is you have been running those programs on the business side of coaching. Oh, so many sessions you have done now, and something is coming up also in the near future.
Yes.
Right? So
and they are also not recorded by request, because coaches were bringing their real life issues there, and people had to be vulnerable. So the chapter decided not to record them.
Yeah, which is good. And sometimes it's good not to record also, right? Just to ensure the total presence.
That's true.
So
that is true.
So the business side of coaching, including chemistry session. Now, in our group, we have been sharing that how our chemistry sessions have improved. Our strike rates have improved. And I share this in my mentoring sessions with my coaches also, saying that how that is also evolving. There's so much to fine tune there. Something as basic as a chemistry or a discovery session. So last 1 minute, we have the next edition of Coaching Unlimited at a beautiful resort in the outskirts of Mumbai, where we conduct a lot of our other in-house programs. It's a 3-day residential on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where John, PK, and me, we all stay there. It's truly an immersive family atmosphere kind of an experience. We We have deeper conversations around dining table and coffee breaks. So all elements of coaching 360-degree is shared there. For details, just Google Coaching Unlimited and our programs will come up. So if you have any question, you can reach out to any three of us or the team. Happy to respond. Thank you, PK, once again for joining. We continue the conversation next week.
My pleasure, Subash. My pleasure. Thank you.
And I wish you a very happy New Year to you and all the listeners. See you next year.
Happy New Year to you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.